watching Dino, and on this episode we are going to be making vegetarian lasagna. That's right, vegetarian lasagna. Now I normally do this two different ways, either barbecuing the veggies or roasting them, but today's episode I will be roasting the veggies. But before I tell you what's actually in the lasagna and how we're going to prepare it, can you please do me a favour and please head down to the bottom, like, subscribe, and ring that bell and tell everyone about us. That would be awesome. And remember guys, down below I've linked in other videos I've done, from cooking, from van lifing, from owning a puppy, and a hell of a lot of cute little puppy videos from Twyla. So yeah, head down there if you haven't checked them out. But now let's get on to making this epic vegetarian lasagna. It's probably not epic, but you know, got to add some drama into this video. Just keep you watching. All right, guys, let's go cut up some veggies. All right, guys, let's go over all of the different pieces of veggies we'll be using to go into our vegetarian lasagna. We've got carrots, potatoes, pumpkin. We've got our capsicums, green and red. We've got good old mushrooms. Now, you can get any mushrooms, any potato, any pumpkin you like, whatever you prefer. This is what I've got. These are already pre-cut, so that just saves me a job. Yes, winning. Then over here, we've got a little advertisement to Woolworths because I'm using their cheese, their lasagna sheets. I use 2 packs of these, their tomato paste. I've got all the herbs aside. I am going to use a tomato too because I like to cut up a tomato at the end and place it on top to separate all the different slices in the pan, or is it a pan? A dish. Anyway, and then these are the sauces. This is a sauce I always use for my pastas, and they're really good. Oh, look, they've got an Instagram account. Should go follow. All right, guys, well, this is what we're putting in. So first of all, I want to, before I even make my sauce, I'm going to cut up all my veggies. Now, everything's going to be flat because it's going to go in between layers. So let's get cutting. Okay, we're going to start with carrot. Obviously, I like to grate my carrot. Normally, I'd be doing this over the sink, but for entertainment value, I'll be doing it in front of the camera. See how entertaining that is? Not. Okay, all right, guys. So we've got our carrot. What I normally do is, obviously, I just cut the ends off and this end off. And then you got to think you're putting into the pan. It's going to need to be in thin, but not so thin that it's ridiculous, because if you're roasting it, it's going to go soggy if it's too thin. So I like that is a nice thickness. And the best thing about the carrots in your lasagna is it adds a really beautiful sweet taste to your lasagna, which it just kind of sneaks up on you and it tastes awesome. I love carrot in these lasagnas. All right, so that's pretty much what they should look like. Now, to work out how much we need, I've got over here the tray that we're going to be using. Now, this tray is that thick, so it can get a lot of layers in. So what I do is I line all my pieces of carrots up. Sorry, that was really bad camera work. Obviously, this one needs to be cut a little bit more, but yeah, but you get the idea. I line them up. Once I've got enough to cover one layer, then that's enough. Then see how I've covered the whole base? So we're done. So that's plenty of carrots. They will shrink up a bit, but it's still going to be plenty. All right, now we're going to move on to capsicums. Now with capsicums, how a professional would cut a capsicum when they want to have it all nice and flat, which is a very wasteful way, but I'll show you how to do it if you want to, you know, go a bit special, is you cut off the end, you cut off the other end, that was a bit hard, you remove the middle by doing this and then following your knife through, and you end up with a flat piece of capsicum. There you go. So that's a bit of a trick. But you end up with a lot of wastage, but that's how they do it in the professional kitchens, supposedly. Don't sue me if I'm wrong. But anyway, that's that. So now I can literally, I've got to give this a rinse to get the seeds off it, but I can literally just do this, and I have all my flat bits of my capsicum. I'm going to do the same with the green, and then I am going to utilize this piece here. I'll squash it down and get it to go in there because I can't handle throwing that much capsicum out. Okay, so we're moving on to potato now. Now, these are pretty simple. Oh, now, who had a Mr. Potato toy when they were younger? I wanted one. I probably couldn't afford one. It was in between, you know, birthday, like my birthday is right next to Christmas, so I'd have to wait a whole year before I could get a new toy as a child. What a poor child I was. Anyway, enough about Mr. Potato. Anyway, yeah, actually, no, I will finish my story off. And so I used real potatoes, and I used to stick veggies in there to make his face, you know, his little, hello, I'm Mr. Potato Man. Anyway, enough about that. So with this, obviously, because we're going to be using it to put as layers, so we're just going to go straight down with this one, and we're going to do nice, like making chips, really. The bigger the potatoes, the easier it's going to be, and the quicker it's going to be for you to cut up. But my potatoes, this is the biggest out of all of them. But yeah, so there we go. So we've got our bits of potato to roast, and then they will go in as another layer. Ooh, how good do they look? Okay, now we're moving on to pumpkin. So I've basically just cut off the top of the pumpkin, cut off the skin, and then I'm slicing down to get these lovely pieces, and then again just layering them like so until I put a whole layer again. Now with the mushrooms, okay, well that was bad camera work. With the mushrooms, I think I'm just gonna do a layer of mushrooms. I'm not even gonna put these in the oven to roast because they are pretty thin and they're just going to turn to sludge, so they'll be more tastier if they just cook in between the layers in the sauce in the actual lasagna tray. So that's what I'm doing with mushrooms. Alright guys, how good does this look? I've put all the veggies in the bowl except for the good old mushrooms. Like I said, keeping them separate. Now all I'm going to do is tip some oil over top of the veggies because obviously we're going to be roasting them. So don't go too crazy with the oil. You don't want your veggies to be all soggy. Then again, I'm using salt and pepper just to kind of season them a little bit. A few little bit of that, probably a bit too much, but anyway. And a little bit of pepper. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm doing. And again, Woolworths, yeah, sponsor me, pay me. That'd be awesome. No, I'm joking. All right, now I'm gonna get down and dirty and get my hands in there and mix it through. All right, guys, I've just come up with this awesome idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I've just got this cooling rack out. I've sprayed it with oil. Now, what I was going to try to do, now I've never done this before. This could ruin my whole recipe, but at the same time, what do you think of this idea? Because then I can fit more. Oh, see, now that's could be a losing battle there. But if I could get them to all stand up like this, I'll be able to fit more on a tray, and I can do more at one time. And that saves power, which saves the world, which saves the whales. Alright guys, this is really, I'm really becoming like this vegetarian save the world kind of person right now, aren't I? I'll keep trying this and we'll see if it works. Jamie, I think I have come up with the best idea. I think it's gonna work. I really think it's gonna work. Let's do this. I mean, who do I think I am? Look at this. Look at this. This is genius. Normally it takes me forever to roast everything, but we're talking, this is like 3 trays worth of veggies in one. And then I've got these ones over here. All right, cool. Let's test this. So we could end up just having carrots and a little bit of that, or we could be having it all if this actually works. Oh, please let this work. Okay, so let's get the oven open. Let's get these guys in and let's hope that no more fall down like those 2 potatoes back there. Oh, here we go. Wow. All right, it's in. It survived. Now for this one, hope we're going to fit that in next to it. Oh, thank God for deep ovens. And yeah, let's do this. All right, guys, so while that's cooking, we're going to be making our sauce. So I'm going to cut up this onion nice and fine, and then I'm going to be doing 2 bottles, whoop, there it is, 2 bottles of this sauce and a can of crushed tomatoes. Oh, and again, there it is again, Woolworths, hello. You need to sponsor me. I mean, come on, I'm going to be the next Jamie Oliver. Look at me. Anyway, so yes, let's make some sauce. Whew. Now we need to get ourselves a pot so we can fry the onion up and we can cook the sauce. So actually, to be honest, I think they're just way too big for this. We probably only need something a little bit smaller. So something more like this. All right, so let's get that out and fry this. Onions are in and I've popped in 2 tablespoons of garlic, and that is cooking away and looking mighty brown. Now I'm going to pour in my sauces. So in goes 1. In goes 2. Okay. And then we are going to give that a quick mix. Get that onion and garlic taste and smell through that sauce. Then we're going to pop in our can of tomatoes. If I can open it. Oh, lordy. All right, in goes. Splash, splash, splash. I think I just ate half a tomato. Okay, now we've got leftover tomato in there and in these bottles. So what I like to do is open up your bottle, get yourself a nice bottle of red, pop it in, okay, I'm pretty generous, there we go, actually it's not as much as I thought, but anyway, so pop that in there, give it a good shake, and that will rinse out your bottle. Then do the same to the other one, just transfer it across, like so. Sorry, it's a bit out of shot, isn't it? Then I'm gonna put the lid on that one, give it a shake. Then this one's now been rinsed out. Then this is going in the can. Look at this, sharing is caring. All right, and then you drink this. No, I'm joking. Then give it a swivel around and pour it in. And there you go. You've just rinsed out your bottles, your cans, and we're all good. And we've used every bit of sauce we can. All right, now we'll mix this around and grab our herbs to pop in. Now is our fresh parsley, which isn't so fresh, I suppose, because we freeze it. So we like to freeze it, so then that way it doesn't go to waste. And when you pull out of the freezer, it's that frozen that you can squash it in your hands, okay, and it breaks it up. And that way, you don't have to chop it or anything. You just pop it in, nice, beautiful, fresh parsley. I keep saying fresh, but it is frozen, but it's fresh. If you're very sacrilegious, I'm adding mixed herbs today rather than just putting my oregano. This has got oregano, it's got a little bit of chili flakes, it's got all different bits and pieces of amazing herbs that you would use in your pasta sauce. So I'm going to cheat and add this. Now the next thing I need to do, now that I've added that, is, don't be scared to use your herbs too, by the way. Next, I'm going to be adding my tomato paste. So I add one of these. Oh, look again, Woolworths, pay me. I just destroyed the packet. But yeah, I just use one of these. So one sachet, in it goes, and that's what you need. This is looking very good. I'm liking it. I'm loving the consistency. Now I'm gonna pop in some stock. Now, normally I'd use a beef stock, but obviously because we're doing a vegetarian, I'm gonna use a veggie stock. And yeah, so let's get this in there and mix it around. Right, guys, now it's time to find out if my veggie invention worked. Let's go check it out. Whoa! Woohoo! Look at that. They look awesome. Check that out. Oh, wow. Oh my God. People are going to be phoning me. I'm going to become famous. I've just invented something. It's probably been done before. But anyway, check it out. All right, I've got to get these out. I am so excited. Look at this. And guess what? Doesn't even stick. It's ready. It's cooked. Oh, this is awesome. No sticking to the bottom. Nice and roasted. Perfect. Look at this. Okay, sauce is cooking. I'm gonna leave that cook for, like I said, about an hour or so. Got my veggies, they're all ready. I'll let them cool down now. And now we're going to grate cheese. All right, so we've got our, like I said, tasty cheese from Woolies. Just gonna cut a nice big chunk off, and obviously I'm gonna start grating. Okay guys, it's come to that time when we have all our elements ready to put together. How exciting. Look how this turned out. These veggies look amazing. The sauce is just ticking away, cooking, getting nicer and nicer tasting. And then I've got this tomato here, which I'm going to use as an indicator of the different slices. So I've got 8 slices, so 1 piece of tomato on top of each slice. And then we might just have to finish this off tonight. Yum. Boys and girls, let's do this. So, first I'm going to throw in a little bit of sauce and just spread it around the bottom. Now, one thing I don't do is spray my dish. I find that every time I've sprayed my dish back a long time ago, I discovered that my edges will burn. So I never spray my dish, and my sauces are always quite juicy anyway, so as long as you don't overcook it, it'll turn out nice and it won't burn around the edges. So I'm going to do my first layer of pasta. So hopefully, that was a bit of a fluke. Oh, this is the part I don't like. There has to be an easier way. Alright, so my first layer of pasta is in. Let's get our next lot of sauce on top. Now the first veggie I think I'm going to put in is the potato. Nice, solid, firm base. Alright, so I've got that nicely evenly spread. Then I'm going to pop on my potato. look how good these veggies turned out. They look amazing. I just keep like tooting my own horn, but I don't really care. So good. Okay, now that is in. I've got a little bit here, which I'm just going to put there. And that one could be for me. Actually, probably Twyla. She'll eat that. Then I'm just going to sprinkle my cheese over, like so. There we go. So, a little bit extra. Right, now for the next layer. Okay, so we'll just pop on the sauce again. Now, I think I'm going to put on my capsicum. Now, with the capsicum, I am going to mix it up. A bit of green, a bit of red. Actually, let's chuck a bit of green in there. Let's chuck a bit of red there. A bit of green here. So you don't know what you'll be getting, but it will taste really good. Oh, this is going to taste great. Okay, one more little bit in here. Okay, then again with the cheese. Cheesy. Now, if you wanted to make this obviously a vegan dish, you would have to find yourself some sort of vegan cheese. Because I tell you, no vegan would want to eat this right now. Now, on this level, I'm also adding some freshly cut Parmesan cheese. Now, that I'm just going to sprinkle over lightly. That's it. Okay. Now, we're just going to keep layering it up. We're going to do carrots, we're going to do pumpkin, we're going to do our mushrooms. Let's keep going. So I ended it with the mushroom, and then I've done one final layer of the sauce, one final layer of the cheese. Now I'm going to throw on a little light sprinkle of the Parmesan. Yum, 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 yum. This is looking really good. Totally full to the top. Chockers. And then, something I love to do is pop freshly cut tomato where each slice will be. So I've kind of got to get it right. There we go. Oh, I've got to put my, better mix my Pac-Man ones up. Look, it looks like Pac-Man. There. Face all the Pac-Mans the right way. And there. Alright guys. Well, that is it. Now time to pop it into the oven and let it cook for about probably 2 hours because it's so thick, and go and enjoy. Table is set for dinner. Nice. And let's pop over and pop in the lasagna because it's ready to go. So I'm just going to pop this on 180. Fan force. Beautiful. Open up. And let's get this baby inside. So here is the end result. I think I'm pretty happy with that. A little bit crusty around here, a little bit burnt. That's okay. That happens. But look at that. Beautiful. Nice, juicy, and ready to eat. Prepare the salad over here. And we are going to start hoeing into this and enjoying it.